Fishy, fishy, fishy!
Alright guys, so this is part 2 of the Gemco diaphragm pump to turn my fish room filtration system into a central air system. Well, not completely, but anyway, that's the gist of it. So, long story short, I had filmed a bunch of this and somehow lost a lot of the footage. So what I'm going to do right now is kind of recap what I did and then piece together whatever footage I do still have available. So as of last time, I think I had run the plumbing. I'd run the PVC around the room and started maybe drilling some of the holes. I finished drilling all the holes, and unfortunately I wasn't paying enough attention and I drilled way too many holes, far more than I'll ever need. Initially in my mind I thought, hey, more is better. In case I ever move some tanks around, I have the ability to put air lines wherever I want. But I wasn't thinking ahead in that I had only purchased 40, I believe, of these air valves. And by the time I was done, I had drilled like 54 holes. And obviously that slowed me down a bit, so I had to place another order from Gemco for a couple of more of these air valves. I went ahead and finally got the air valves in. I believe I still have the footage showing the mistake I made. As you'll see there, I didn't initially read the instructions on the bag. Once I drilled the holes, I had tried to just take this self-tapping air valve and hand screw it into the PVC pipe, which does not work. And you need to use a drill motor, screw gun, drill motor, whatever you want to call it. Cordless, corded, doesn't matter. But you put that straight shaft, the barbed part of the airline valve, you put that into the drill motor where it would typically hold the bit in the chuck, and you use that torque to actually get that thing started. So that worked well. Got them all in. Then once I got them in, they weren't working initially. I think that's because a couple of them might have been clogged. So I went through and used a paper clip on each and every line. You know, I opened each one like that, cleaned it out with a paper clip, and then got going. So after that, I finally installed the air lines and the drops, and as we can see now, everything is running on the air system. I got nice good flow out of these tanks. I got much more flow out of them now than I ever did before. You can sort of see the current that's being formed on the top of this discus tank here. It could be bordering on too much flow, honestly, but I think I do like this increased flow. We'll try this out for a little while. And the system is stronger than I possibly might need, and the bleed valve is running a tiny bit open. That was another mistake I made. I had that bleed valve completely open when I first started the system, and I wasn't able to get any flow out of these 3 sponge filters way down low on the floor here. I think the distance was too great from the PVC pipe, you know, down 8, 9, 10 feet worth of silicone tubing down into the tank. So I ended up having to close off that bleed valve a bit, and then I finally got proper flow. So every single air-driven sponge filter in this room is now being operated off the one Gemco pump. Let's see, let's take a quick peek through here. We got one, I do have an air stone in this Planet tank and that Planet tank, so we'll count them too. We got 1, 2, 3, there's nothing in that 55. Plus another 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11, and we got 1 in each of these tanks, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, there's 2 in this one, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, that's 23, 24, 25. I got 25 air-driven sponge filters currently running with no problem, and I got power to spare because I still got the bleed valve open, so I'll be able to add in some more with no problem. And if I ever find myself maxing out this system, I can always switch to either a larger diaphragm pump or move up into a linear piston pump, which is a better option, but is more expensive. So anyway, I'll see whatever other footage I can piece together here, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the install, if you have any questions. And that'll be that. I'll see you guys next time. Alright guys, I don't know how well this will translate, but let's go ahead and drill our first hole. Let's see, I want this about here. So now we got a nice hole in the PVC. And we will go ahead and start threading in the valve. Now I am 99% sure I'm not supposed to use Teflon or anything on this connection. I hope I don't regret that choice later. It's a little tricky to get started. Might be something that requires two hands. Well guys, reading the directions obviously pays off. What Gemco wants you to do is to actually put this valve into the chuck on my drill motor. Let's see, they say self-thread valve into drilled hole by placing valve into chuck, a cordless screw gun style drill, tighten chuck, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and give that a try and see if that works any better. What I did was I got the valve and I put the barb section into the chuck on the drill motor, tighten that up. And let's see if we can't make that work a little better. Or at all, for that matter. Alright. Well, I would have never thought I was supposed to chuck that up in a drill motor, but that seems to have worked. So now I got a line heading out that way towards the tank. That would be on, in line with the valve, and then perpendicular would be off. That seems to work pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing that as many times as I possibly can throughout the room. Over and over and over. And we'll see if we can't film any of this as we go along. I think what I'll do is go around the room once with the drill bit and then come back for a second trip and put in the valves. Hopefully that works. Alright guys, so the job is done. Everything is connected, the pump is on and running. We got a nice amount of flow coming out of the various filters throughout the fish room. And as expected, the pump is stronger than I need, and I do have the bleed valve open a bit. So everything works well. In the end, I'm quite happy with how everything's working. Seems like I got a nice flow in whatever tanks are running this pump right now. Any of my air-driven filters. I got air stones here and there. I got one little stone in the planet tank over there. So I think the project can finally be called done. Alright guys, that's it. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know if you guys have any questions on the install or any aspect of what I was doing here. I'd gladly try to help you out. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. Follow Rich's Fishes on Instagram, and I will talk to you guys soon. Later. And here is the after pile of the old pump. And a whole mess of airline tubing that I had running around everywhere, to include a whole bunch of these gang valves. Let's see, there's, I don't know, at least 6 of them down there. I'll see if I can clean this up and take a better shot.